have that time to deal with it.
At home.
But you ain't finna forsake nothing that's concerning of the work of the Lord first, man. You ain't gonna forsake nothing like that when it comes to your wife.
Right.
She gonna be on the back burner, man.
You're supposed to be able to tell her, look, I'm finna do this, and that's it.
And that's the problem with niggas, man. Like a lot of jakes that come up here and they got women. Majority of the time, they don't know how to just tell her, "Hey, man, go on one of these shops or something. I'm interested in this. I want to learn more. I want to ask questions."
Let's be extreme about it. Hey, be quiet, sit back, be quiet, and
Yeah, man.
sit back and be quiet.
Yep.
And they ain't got their woman in check like a real man.
There you go. That's the main thing.
That they gonna sit there, they go, rolling their eyes. I'm walking away. I didn't tell you to do that. Just sit your ass back right here and wait. Wait a minute, this is important. I want to know what's going on over here. Fall back and wait. Hey, without having to explain that this could be beneficial for the both of us. Look, they out here apparently for a good reason. They out here making fools of themselves. You know, so to speak, from your worldly perspective, but from a spiritual perspective, this is something important. That's what I was trying to tell him. Like, hey, this is a sign that we're out here and we're not a part of what you're doing. I just want to get him something simple.
We didn't want to see. We didn't look right over here. We should have been on the west side with
like,
the nigga roll.
Y'all don't look like y'all.
What y'all out here telling these folks for? Nigga, for niggas like you.
Right.
Straight up.
And what he don't understand is we ain't trying to go to the black community and wake up black people, man.
No.
We ain't part of the black conscious community, man.
That's where it was gonna lead to. You know that, right?
Yeah, I already knew. Well, we ain't gonna appease black people, man. We out here for the lost sheep.
Yeah. And to be real with you, the lost sheep ain't only in the black community.
That's right.
The black sheep look white. Some of them look white.
That was a lost one right there.
Right. All a bunch of them, they don't just look to have dark brown skin all the time. With curly hair or kinky hair, whatever you want to call it. Some of them, if you look at the side, are Hispanic. You didn't say nothing about the Hispanic community, even though there's more of them tribes on there than anybody else. So they mentioned that. You didn't say, how come y'all not at the reservation? You didn't say that. Because this is a meeting place where all them people can end up
Chief
at.
place of concourse.
Chief place, man.
Chief place.
And not only that, if we'd been on the west side, we wouldn't have got a chance to give your ass a little judgment today.
Right. Or the opportunity for salvation.
One or the other, man.
Yeah.
You either came up here to get a shot or to get a mark.
Yeah.
And he got marked. He got marked. You know?
Yeah, he did.
That's what happened, man.
What you want after that?
That and Luke.
I got it.
You know, Jay like to make excuses and shit, man. But he want to appeal to that damn woman, man, which is of the world. Because these women, believe it or not, all of them are pretty much of this world, man. That's all they're about. They're about this world. So as long as you're trying to appease them, you pretty much got to be worldly, man.
Right.
You got to be in the world to appease them. They ain't gonna respect you if you out there looking foolish. You know, you don't look like you blend in with everybody else in society.
And the proof that you trying to appease the women is look how the men of this generation that have women dress and all types of pastels and fluorescent colors. That's because women like that shit.
Yeah.
That's not
because they like the demasculation that the man has taken on, man.
Yeah.
They like to see a feminine man.
And I guarantee you, if you see a married man with like a pastel or a fluorescent shirt, I guarantee you a woman told him he liked that. It wasn't no man. That shirt is dope. I bet a woman gave him that opinion.
Yep.
Luke 14 and 16. And then he said unto him,
this is a parable that the Lord spoke concerning the wedding.
Oh yeah.
You know, the wedding is basically the work, man. Bidding the maimed, the blind, you know, unto the work.
Explain itself.
It'll explain. It'll go into it.
Luke 14 and 16. And then he said unto him, a certain man made a great supper and bade many.
Yep.
And he set his servant at supper time and say to them that they were bidden, come for all the things are now ready. And they all with one consent begin to make excuse.
These are the niggas that the Most High start to call. You know, you get a shot. You know, you heard brothers teaching on the street corners, whatever city you at, and you actually get to hear the word of the Lord. That's the Lord actually trying to bid you. You know. But you niggas that come up and you get a shot, you niggas begin to make excuses to why you can't come and partake in the feast or the wedding, so to speak. You know? Go ahead.
And the first said unto him, I have bought a piece of ground, and I must need.
These niggas have the pride of life on them.
Right.
I must need go and see it.
Yep.
I pray thee have me excused.
Hey, I just went and bought some property, man. Like, I think that's more important. I need to go and look at that, man.
Make sure that works out.
I gotta go make sure this is all worked out. I gotta make sure my roof and I gotta make sure the wifey think this is good. Everything is right and nice.
She like grapes. I gotta make sure I got a vineyard on it. She like corn. I gotta put a little pepper cornfield on it.
Yeah, man. Well, fuck all that, man. The Lord don't want to hear that shit, man. Either you coming to serve me or you not. Which one? You know? Go ahead, huh?
And another said, I have bought 5 yoke of oxen, and I go to prove them. I pray that thee have me excused.
Yeah, I'm finna go and test my cattle. I think that's more important, you know? I gotta make sure my cattle is safe and bound. I gotta make sure, you know, I got enough so I can feed myself and my kids and all that. You know, so we got plenty of meat. Go ahead.
And another said, I have married a wife, and therefore I cannot come.
Hey man, I got a woman, you know.
Sound like the battlefield. I can't.
Sound like that nigga
I
just
can't go out
left.
there to war because I got a wife I gotta look after, man.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid of how she'll look at me if I go and go to this wedding. You know? In other words, I don't see myself standing on the street corners pushing this word, wearing a garment,
Looking silly for your
Looking
Howard
silly.
sakes. Your Howard Shine
cussing
sake.
people out, speaking things that the world opposes,
That's right.
speaking righteousness instead of speaking perverseness. I don't see myself doing that. Because if I do that, I'm going to lose my woman. You know, I'm going to lose my family.
Didn't have it in the first place if you're going to lose them.
I'd rather just take up on some philosophy that sounds good, to act like I'm deep and I'm somebody, you know. So I'm gonna take on this fad that hey, I'm a part of the black community, the black conscious community. If I take hold of that, man, I get to win so many black women.
I get respect.
I get respect.
Other idiots.
Yeah, man. But the Lord has an attitude against you for this, man. He finds you unworthy then. Fuck you then. Don't come to this wedding. Matter of fact, this wedding wasn't even for you any damn way. Only my bride.
Well, you talking about a dinner,
You know?
like a supper.
Right.
Couldn't come
Right.
either.
Right. Keep going.
Right.
But
So-
really, you're right. This is really the feast, the supper that's going to lead to that actual wedding. The wedding is when the Lord finally makes his return and redeems his elect, his chosen.
Verse 21. And that servant came and showed the Lord these things.
Yep.
Then the master of the house, being angry, said to his servants, Go out quickly into the streets and the lanes of the city, and bring in hither the poor and the maimed and halt and the blind.
Hey, if I may slack it, bro.
Go ahead.
I got so, both sides saying, I got so much food, I don't care what type of people
Eat it now.
eat it. I just want to be eaten by good people.
That's right.
You know? I got so much, and that food is actually spiritual knowledge and wisdom that he's trying to feed us
It's
with.
truth.
Yeah, it's truth. And those that making excuses are saying that they don't want it.
That's right.
You know?
Go ahead.
And the servant said, Lord, it is done, and thou hast commanded, and yet there is room. And the Lord said unto the servant, Go out into the highways and the hedges and compel them to come in,
And if that dude had stuck around, we would have went further into that. Like, this is why we actually out here. We out here to bring in the fold, man.
Well, he actually
We casting the net out, so to speak. And no, we ain't in the black community, because when we go over there, we've been there. And you know what I'm saying?
live there and we do that.
All the fish over there in that area, they didn't want to come near the net. You know what I'm saying? So we out here on the chief place of concourse where there's everybody.
I was gonna say this also too. We didn't get the chance to say it, but I was gonna tell them like, hey, if they really want this work, they'll come here to get it.
Yep.
The Lord wants them to put, we handed it to you put the effort out. We handed it to you on a silver platter already anyway. If you can't give some effort that you want, if somebody hands you a piece of bread, you're like, I don't even want bread, but you throw it on your shoulder, don't care. But if you come over to get this bread, then we know you're gonna eat it up.
Well, I read that brother spirit as soon as he turned that corner. But when he turned that corner, I said, here he come again.
Yep.
And he thought,
Hear that
nigga come,
demon.
here come nigga come, here he come again, here he come again. And he actually thought we was weak men standing up here.
Right.
He actually thought that until he got shut down at every point, and he realized I can't deal with these brothers here. I better get.
I was like, hey, here come a proud nigga right now.
Yeah, proud
He talking
nigga.
about pride.
He
Here
turned
comes
that
a proud
corner.
nigga right now. You know? Prime example and shit, man.
Well, he came up proud as hell.
You know? Go ahead.
Verse 23 again. And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and the hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. For I say unto you, that none of those men which were bidden shall taste my supper.
Yep. All those men that made excuses,
They good.
you can't get this food, man. You can't get it.
Don't deal with your wife.
Hey, and he tried to ask us about this garment when he don't realize how spiritual it is, man. Yeah, we wearing literal garments, but it's spiritual.
He never even
while
knew that
we're
was in
wearing
here.
these garments,
He didn't
man.
even know that was in here.
Right.
That blew his mind that, oh, y'all gonna answer me with a scripture?
And he don't know what he said. Basically, what he said, like, yeah, but I'm not gonna walk with the garments.
He said it.
He's basically saying I'm not gonna get that food. I'm not gonna walk with that food, which is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Because if you would have received it, if you know what I'm saying,
been glad to
those
wear
that
these
wear these garments, that's who got the food, man.
Yeah. That's the difference we're making between the two of us.
Yeah, man.
The difference between you and I is this represents we have a different amount and type of knowledge than you have.
Yeah.
Also, I was gonna say, but if we was up here like Nate did with all them
Matching robes.
ISCP
Matching and stuff. Yeah.
matching, had all them beautiful armbands and headbands and all of that. They probably would have loved it. Headbands and everything else. They probably would have loved it. But we wear the lowly garments.
Rags.
Yeah, we wear these rags on purpose. And also, guess what? Most of these rags are mingled with other fabrics.
Yeah.
So we're not breaking the leather law.
That's right.
What was he coming with? He was Muslim, Egyptologist.
He was nothing, man. Stop
Nigga
for me.
basically just said I'm a North American black man.
Why y'all out here?
Yeah, yeah.
Why are we here? Don't y'all know this?
Yeah. He was basically trying to scoff and check us when we checked him. And he had that pride in him because he had his woman with him.
I can't wear this. I can't wear this robe.
I can't wear those robes that y'all got though, you know. Not understanding the significance of why we wear these robes.
And I didn't even tell you. You wear your own robe.
That's what some of them apply.
Right.
Not only that,
Yeah.
not only that, he can't wear this. He can't wear this robe because his woman ain't gonna even make it for him.
Right.
See, your woman gotta make this for you. If you don't make it, your woman make this for you. That puts your woman in subjection from day one. This is what I'm gonna be doing, and you gonna make it.
Hey, guess what? Just for people that don't, brothers that may not understand the significance of allowing your woman to make it for you if you have one. Because that now, if you're worried about her caring about how you look out there, well, guess what? Go and hook me up.
Hook it up.
Hook it up with a good ass garment then. But make sure it got these ribbon and these fringes on the thing.
Exactly.
Hey, I got something real quick. This is Sirach 13 and 23. It says, when a rich man speaketh, every man hold his tongue, and look what he
They
says.
respect him by vanity. They respect him for the empty things that's going on. They don't necessarily reverence him because what he's saying is smart. They just get quiet because he got money.
Let me ask something, Doc.
And we look like bums out here, so they really ain't gonna come up here with respect.
Right.
That's an old commercial. Remember this commercial? When E.F. Hutton talks, everyone listens. They stop and they'll listen. Because E.F. Hutton was the one that told them how to get their bread. So when E.F. Hutton talked, everybody listens. So when the word of the Lord come out, everybody needs to shut up and listen.
Well, gonna say the word is more precious than gold, right?
Yeah.
And like I heard a brother in Atlanta was like, if I was out here throwing out money, everybody be crowding around, right? If you out here speaking wisdom, and nobody comes, you know what I'm saying? Nobody come around.
Oh, so I'm starting 19 now. And I really got to go.
It says, when a rich man speaketh, every man hold his tongue. And look what he said. They extol it to the clouds. Meaning they hold what he say in high regard. You know what I'm saying? Like them mega, them pastors in the mega churches, they're rich. They're rich. So everything that they say, everybody around them is gonna be like, yeah, hey, the Lord is dealing with that man. Look how he's rich. You know? So let's hear everything this man gotta say, man. They ain't gonna even question what he say. They ain't gonna ask him to expound on what he's trying to teach. You know? They just respect him off top. So they ain't gonna question him. You know, but if it's somebody that's just like they self, speaking the same thing, they gonna be like, well, did the pastor say that? Did Bishop Eddie Long or Pastor Price or Preflow Dollar, did he say these things?
You know, he got that plane he was asking for too.
Yeah, he did.
He got it.
He did. And then nobody ain't question his ass at all, man.
Told him already he's going to get it.
Yep.
I'm going to get this plane and y'all going to pay for it.
And as far as we know, the Rothschilds paid for that plane to keep that nigga, them niggas in darkness.
You know?
That what you have on?
That was more. It says, but if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? Didn't that nigga come up here questioning us?
Yeah.
You know, what is this about? You know, break it down for me.
Hey, they did that to the Lord.
Yeah.
They didn't want to always reference what the Lord said until they saw that he was performing miracles and whatnot.
Yep.
They saw he had some spiritual power about him. They were like, oh, okay, maybe he is something special, but maybe, you know.
Yep.
If he didn't come feeding like you read that scripture last week about feeding many people, if he didn't come doing that and performing miracles, nobody would ever believe it. Just like the fact that we're not out here doing that and passing out money, they ain't believing us either.
It says, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. And that nigga, he was looking for us to stumble, man. He wanted to trip us up like they did the Lord. He was a simple nigga.
Simple ass
Simple
nigga.
ass nigga, man. He was easy. Yeah, he was too easy, man.
Too easy.
It was too easy, man. Y'all speak Aramaic? Y'all speak? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to dap y'all up on that. Like, nigga, if we was to speak Hebrew to you, nigga, you wouldn't even know what you wouldn't understand
one
anything
word.
was coming out of our mouth.
That's Shalom.
You know?
Yeah. Like I didn't say.
Yeah, man. And but basically, the tie it all in, man. The pride of life is basically pride is what's gonna destroy our people, man.
Right.
You know, the pride goes before a fall, man. You know, the cares of this life, man. Don't take pride in that bullshit, man. Because that shit is gonna be your downfall. And that was a prime example right there. Example in Matthew. Yeah, you can start there.
Y'all said what was the main point you wanted?
What the Gentiles see.
Okay,
Maybe, but you could just read it all the way through.
All right, come. Matthew chapter 6, verse 19.
Good chapter.
Yep. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust do corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal.
Mind not the earthly things, man.
Yep.
You know? Don't put your trust in shit that's temporal. And that's what people pride their life on.
Temporal meaning temporary.
Temporal shit. Temporary shit, man.
Yep.
Shit that can be stolen from you, it could be destroyed. You know? It has no use for you. You can enjoy it, but at the end of the day, it's not something that you can take with you.
Yep.
Go ahead.
But lay up for yourselves treasures